Hey guys, and welcome! So, as you've seen by the title of today's video, we've got a pretty big update from DICE regarding Battlefield 5 development and the changes they're applying. Before we go further, I just want to say that I'm quite sick while recording the video and my voice probably sounds terrible, but there's no time for being sick when Battlefield gets updated, so yeah, let's get to it. First thing on the list. Battlefield 5's attrition system, amount of ammunition you can carry and also pick from the resupply stations, as well as health regeneration system, are getting tweaked. As Daniel Berlin mentioned himself, they're experimenting with giving soldiers more ammunition at spawn and also allowing for higher ammo capacity when they want to resupply additional magazines from the station or from the support player. They've also made an improvement towards the small med pouches that every single class in the game can pick up and heal themselves once and then resupply from the station. They're experimenting with allowing soldiers to actually spawn with those instead of spawning without it and having to resupply them from the station every single time they spawn. Jesus, my voice is literally so bad in this video, like I sound like a 60-year-old guy trying to talk about a Battlefield update. Anyway, second thing on the list. This one will probably be the greatest news for the console players because they were the ones struggling with the problem the most. Visibility got fixed. DICE implemented a graphic effect called distance haze. Now I don't necessarily want to go into details of explaining how it works, but essentially the short version is that the effect itself makes it a lot easier to spot character models within the game in the actual environment because they stand out a bit more from the background. And in addition to implementing it, DICE has also tweaked the lighting on the maps, which means that it's even easier to spot enemies right now. Especially in all those dark alleys, which aren't that dark anymore, basically. The third thing on the list of improvements: spawning system and bleeding out system. If you guys played Alpha and Beta, you probably know that after you got shot and killed, of course, it took quite a while, especially if you were holding on to the thought of getting revived and then the medic ignored you, so you were laying on the ground for a couple of seconds trying to stay alive, and then you went back to the deployment screen and you had to wait additional couple of seconds to be able to spawn either on your teammate or on the flag. At this point my voice is almost gone, but hold on, we're getting through it. They decided that from now on it will be more beneficial to actually hold on to getting revived, because after you finish, or the timer actually finishes and you don't get revived, when you go back to the deployment screen you will automatically be able to spawn right after you go back. There is no more waiting in the deployment screen if you wait for the full cycle of holding on to the revive. If you decide to skip the revive with the new system, however, you will still have couple of seconds of waiting in the deployment screen, but this time will be equivalent to the time that you would be laying on the ground if you decided to hold on to the revive. So, in short, it is now faster to spawn after you die. That's it. The fourth thing on the list. DICE is working on improving time to kill and time to die. Now, before you freak out and you're a fan of current TTK that we've seen in the Battlefield 5 beta, don't worry, they're not changing the core TTK of the game. They're tweaking how certain upgrades to the weapons actually affect time to kill, because certain weapons, after getting upgraded, they were simply killing enemies too fast. At the same time, they're also working on fixing the issues with time to death, which they acknowledge and they officially confirmed there were problems with the network in Battlefield 5 beta, which they are now fixing. And those would be pretty much all of the adjustments DICE confirmed to be working on currently when it comes to the core gameplay of Battlefield 5. In tomorrow's video, we're gonna take a look at the adjustments they're doing to vehicles, as well as the new vehicles they're implementing and tons of new stuff. I don't want to make it into one video because it's gonna be a long video and it's gonna get boring. You guys know how it looks like with 10-minute videos. So stay tuned for the second part of the video tomorrow, guys, and as always, if you enjoyed, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and I see you on the battlefield.